this video is designed to actually show you how to create an event, aka a party, a Facebook party, and then also how to use Cinchshare, which is the program that I use to create my posts ahead of time so that they can be time-stamped, so that during the party I'm actually not focusing on posting different posts. The program's doing it for me, and I can focus on answering questions and creating engagement within the party. So I'm going to first show you how to create a Facebook event / party. So you're going to want to go to your home screen. So you will not be on your personal screen. You will be on your home screen, which will show you your news feed and everything that is popping up in there. And over here on the left-hand side, you're going to see the word events, and you're going to want to click events, okay? It's under Explore, by the way, so it's events. Okay, and once you get to this point, you'll see up at the top of the page a blue bar that says plus create event with a drop-down arrow. We're going to go ahead and click that. Once we click it, it gives us two different options. We're going to either create a private event or a public event. You always want to create a private event. That way you can share your website and you can sell as much as you want. Otherwise, it would be very difficult to do that with a public event. So we're going to create a private event. And once it does, and once we click that, it brings us up to this little pop-up. Don't worry if it hasn't come up yet. Don't worry about that. I'm just going to explain a little bit. So in here we have basically all of the information that we're going to need to put on our party page, such as the date and time that it starts, the location of it, obviously what we want to call it, as well as a description. At the top here, there is an option to use a photo. I highly suggest that you upload a 31 photo. Use one of our banners. If I haven't showed you where to find those already or haven't sent you one, please ask me for that information because I would love to show you where that is. So you can either choose a theme or you can upload a photo. For sake of time, I'm just going to choose a theme. Because again, this is just a fake party. We come here and we create a party name, so practice party for demo. The location, this is kind of a neat feature. So because the party is actually going to be on Facebook, we are going to tell our friends that it is on Facebook. Now, if you were ever doing a home party and you wanted the people who were coming to the home party to RSVP on Facebook, you could create an event for them, put the location of the hostess's house in there, so her address, so that they would have that on hand. And then before the party, you can be putting up pre-posts, getting them excited to come to the home party. But since we are focusing on a Facebook party, I'm going to show you what I do for that. So I normally put the words right here on Facebook. And when I do that, as you can see, a couple of things different show up. Right here to shop, right here now, festival. I don't want any of those, so I'm going to scroll all the way down to where this pink little marker is, and it says just use right here on Facebook. That's what I'm going to click. So now the location is obviously right here on Facebook. So that just again reminds the guests that you're not going anywhere. You're coming to this event page to scroll through and have a party. Of course, you can pick whatever date you want. It will pop up at a calendar, so you can choose whatever you want, as well as the time. I'm going to just click 9 p.m. So that we can, this party won't end before the end of this demo. So anyways, you can also put an end time. I never do an end time until after the night of the party because depending upon how many people order that night, I want to create that sense of urgency that, hey, the party ends tonight, so you have to order. So I don't put anything up there until after the party has concluded. Then I go back in, I edit this event, and I put an end time. So if I'm leaving my party link open for a period of time to allow the guests some time to order, I will then put that end date in there, okay? Also down below here is a description, so you can talk about the party. Definitely put your link in that description section. Maybe put a little bit about the customer special in there. Welcome the guests. Tell them how excited you are that they're going to be joining you. So you can do that. So then you just click Create Private Event. And it will bring you to the party page. So you all should be pretty familiar. I'm sure you've either attended a party in the past or you've attended multiple of my parties. You've maybe even hosted for me, so you're pretty familiar with this. Obviously, once you start inviting people to the party, they will have the option to click an RSVP section so they can tell you if they're going to be able to come to the party. Maybe they can come to the party. Or just the invited, so those who have not responded, as well as cannot go. So they will have those options. If you need to edit at any time, here is the edit button in between invite and those three little dots. So I want to show you one more thing with the edit button here. So once that comes up, if you scroll all the way down, you'll see the words co-hosts. Here you can actually add your hostess. So you can give her access to everything that you can do as well. If you want to change the different permissions on here so that your guests can or cannot invite friends depending upon what kind of party you're doing. I always suggest keeping guests can invite friends because you never know, somebody may invite their mom or sister or something. So there's a couple of different things here that you can check or uncheck. I never uncheck them. I always keep them checked. But again, she would be a co-host with you and she would be listed as a co-host. So you can definitely do that as well. And then, of course, you would start inviting people. You would choose your friends or invite them by text or email. So if you're not friends on Facebook with them, you can invite them by sending them either a text message or an email, and they will be able to accept it. Okay? Okay, so now that you know how to create a party, again, you'll start putting all of your posts in here. I'm going to show you the program that I use to post in my parties, and that is Cinchshare. So it's just like the name sounds. You can see it up there in the box up here, so you can Google it. And this is essentially the page that it will bring you to. As you can see, I have a bunch of posts over here that are waiting to go out. And this is a very simple to understand. So simply here, you type whatever you want. So whatever you want your post to say, you can come down here and you can either choose a file or upload a photo URL. For pictures, you can come here and click this little camera and upload pictures. You can upload up to 10 photos per post. And then you can also post a link. So where it says paste a link, you could put, if you were going to be showing the guests a video, maybe you want to show them the video on the customer special, you could post that link in there, and that will show up on the party page. You can change the date depending upon when your party is or where you're going to be posting something, so you can do that over here as well as the time. If you are on a different time zone than Eastern Standard, you can change the time zone as well to reflect your own so that you don't get confused with putting up those posts. Or you can change it to reflect the hostess's time zone if that makes it a little bit easier for both of you. Okay? All right, so then down below here, you'll see the words timeline and favorite groups. So my favorite group is my 31 group. So I made that one of my favorite groups. I'll show you how I can do that in a minute. But that is my favorite group so that I can post very quickly with my VIPs. And then if I click where it says Kara's Cool and Taylor, it brings up all of the different parties that I currently have going on. or parties that I did recently that I may want to still post in. But of course, we just made that practice party, and if you've noticed, it is not showing up in this list. That's because I need to add it, and I'm going to show you how I do that right now. So right here, you'll see this big giant circle. I want you to click that if you're following along with me. And yes, we're going to leave because we really don't care about this particular post. Okay. So it's going to bring you to a page that says My Networks. Again, it has my name along with some of my groups that I'm a part of. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll see some of the hearts are black and some of them are blue. If the heart is colored in, so it turns black, that means that it's going to show up on the list on the first page that we were at. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click the Karis Cool and Taylor because, again, that shows me where all my parties are. You can see I've got all of my different albums as well, but here's all of the events that are currently going on. Okay? Now, unfortunately, we still don't see the event that we just created. That's because we need to refresh our screens to add that. Now, the refresh button that you must click is the one that's up here in the top right hand corner of this page. It's got the two little arrows going in a circle with a question mark on the side. So if I click that refresh button, Cinchshare starts gathering up all of those different parties that I could potentially have there, updates it. So now when I click the Karis Cool and Taylor, and I scroll all the way down, I will finally see the party that we created, which was the practice party for demo. Again, I can see the date that party is starting on, and as you can see over on the right hand side, the heart is still blue. So I need to click it to make it black. So once I've clicked that heart, I am now ready to go and to start posting in that party. So just in case the video is lagging, I'm going to give it just a few more seconds to make sure that you get to see all of that. Okay, so now we're going to go back. So we're going to go back up to the one that has the almost like flip chart with a check mark in it. And if you go to the Karis Cool and Taylor now, you will see practice party for demo. So I'm going to show you how I do a post. So again, I would come in here, I would put a post in. So I'm just going to put hello. I could add a photo, add a link. I want to post today, so I'm going to pick the 27th. It is 2:38 where I'm at, so just to be safe because of the sake of this demo, I'm going to do 2:41. I'm going to come down here, I'm going to click that I want this to go up on the practice party for demo. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click schedule post. Okay. Once I do that, you'll actually see the post showed up on the right hand side of my screen, which is right over here. Okay. So now the wonderful thing about Cinchshare is you can continue to use those posts over and over again. So if you come down here where there's two little boxes, and in one of the boxes there's a check mark, and click it, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So for sake of this tutorial, instead of going to history first and explaining that, I'm going to hit pending. Okay, so right here, if it hasn't come up yet, don't worry, but you'll see that that post that we just created is pending. It says hello underneath of it because that's all we put. We didn't put any pictures or anything, so nothing showed up, as well as all of the other posts that are pending. So a lot of these are going up on my VIP page. I was able to create them ahead of time, so I'm actually going to, when this demo is being filmed, I'm actually going to be away this weekend, so I started creating a lot of posts that I wanted to share tomorrow and on Saturday and on Sunday when I'm not going to be around, so that I know for sure that people in my group are continually seeing my posts. So again, that's under pending. So let's go back to history so I can show you a few more things. So once that post goes up on that practice party page, which we'll look at that in a second so that you see that it goes up, it will end up on this history page. And the wonderful thing about that is, especially when you're doing a party, all of those posts are going to show up in this history page. So you can then change the party that you want that post to go up onto and continue to use them over and over again. So for example, if I hit this one, or I just hover over it first, you'll see that there's these two arrows here. Once I click those two arrows, and again, these are in the history section, so they've already gone up on one party, but I'm going to get to use them again. So you can see here, here's the post, here's all the pictures that I included. There was up to 10 of them. So there's no party or anything picked at this point. So I can come down here and pick another party. So if I want to do another, if I want to use this on practice party for demo, I want to use it today. I just have to change the time. So we'll pick 2:42. Then I just click schedule post. And I can choose whether or not I want to go back to the page that I was on. So if I'm creating a party and I'm putting up a bunch of posts, or I'm reusing a bunch of posts, I would go back to that. So I'm going to click yes. And we're back in that history section. So now that post, that first post we put up, the hello post, should be in the history section, which it is, because it's already past 2:41. It's now 2:42. And if I look in the pending section, I might need to update this. Hold on, guys. Let me go back really quick. I don't know why this didn't go up. Let me click it again. Might have gotten confused. Sorry about that. Okay, so 2:42 p.m. Let's change it to 43 because I don't know why. It might be already in the old section. Sometimes you're going to get this pop-up as well. I'm kind of glad this popped up to show you that it's past due, because it may be just a few 2 seconds. Like Cinchshare won't be able to get it up on Facebook fast enough. So if you get that, just go back in and change it to a minute later. And then click schedule post. So yes, I want to turn to manage my posts. If I come to the pending section, there is the post. I think clicking between the two, I didn't give it enough time, so it went to history before we could see it in pending. So now I'm going to go back to the Facebook page and show you that they actually showed up there. So if you look here on the Facebook page, we've got to update it here. Always refresh. Encourage your guests to constantly refresh their Facebook pages, or they may not see all of those different posts. So once again, there is the second post that we put up. That was in my history section. And there is the very first post we did. That was the hello post. Okay? So again, using Cinchshare is very, very easy. The last thing that I want to point out to you is this question mark. This has a help section in there as well as some other tutorials. So if you want to get super creative with Cinchshare, or you have another question about it, you can reach out to them as well, or watch one of their tutorials. I hope that this demo video was very, very helpful for you. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of how Cinchshare works and the wonderful perks of using it. Hopefully you feel comfortable with creating a Facebook event as well. If you have any questions about either of these two items that we discussed right now, please let me know. I would love, love, love to help you with that. So thank you again so much for tuning in, and I will see you later on another video. Bye.